everyone. Today I would like to present about AGR113 Agricultural Economy. Topic for today: Advantages and Disadvantages of Economic System Socialism. This is me. My name is Cornelius Nueng and my program is 80110. I'm from class 80110-C and my student ID is 2019-447514. We got 10 advantages and 10 disadvantages. First, advantages of socialism. Socialism creates a society that focuses on economic equality. There is a reduction in the number of hidden taxes that you experience in capitalist society that focus on hybrid implementation for service. That means you have more knowledge about what each service or item will be with its final cost. There are constraints put in place to limit spending. Second, there is a reduction in poverty when socialism has a chance to work. One of the biggest complaints that capitalists have about socialism is the redistribution of income that occurs. When the very rich are taxed to contribute to the very poor, then the entire society can experience an increase in total utility or happiness. When you pay tax into Medicare or purchase fuel that send tax funds to maintain roads infrastructure, then that is a form of income redistribution too. Next, the presence of universal healthcare can improve living standard. When there is free healthcare available to people at a point of use, then everyone can receive the basic care they need to maintain their health. This advantage of socialism can improve the living standards for those who will be unable to afford the cost of a private doctor. When the health of an entire society improves, then there are additional advantages to consider that include improvement in economic growth. Next, the access of the free market comes under regulation. Public ownership creates several benefits for socialist society. It allows the agency to be run in the best interests of the public instead of trying to create profit for shareholders. It also the business involved in the distribution of goods or service to work for the benefit of everyone instead of staying oriented on potential profit. Next, it can improve labor productivity rates when implemented correctly. Socialism can improve labor productivity rates in both positive and negative ways. When people are healthier and fewer lost days due to illness or injury, it also reduces the stress of what private healthcare costs can place on a family. Government can also take over specific industry to force higher level of production through fear. Socialism at a more extreme level can still offer plenty of products or service, but the quality of the work can be questionable if each worker is only doing their best to survive. The goal of the socialist society is to promote the common good. Capitalism is an economic theory that encourages the individual to make a profit at any cost, even if you must exploit others or damage the environment. These decisions are permissible because you're earning money. Socialism says that working for the common good is a better option. This advantage makes it possible to create higher levels of social cohesion because the general welfare of everyone is the priority. Next, More equality often leads to improvement in social cohesion. When a society has more equality in it for the average person, along with fewer ways for it to grow unequal, then there is more cohesiveness that develops over time. People who perceive that they live in unequal society that monopolies or oligopolies exploit can lead to high levels of resentment and frustration. Next, environmental protection can be implemented more readily when the economy has a regulation in place that work toward the long-term welfare of everyone. Then there is a higher value placed on concern that could harm the environment. One of the most common actions taken with this advantage of socialism is a regulatory reduction of pollution. Last one, each person still has an opportunity to pursue their goal. In a generally capitalistic economy, only the people with means and opportunity can seek options like regular healthcare or advanced education. It reduces the risk of price fix that can occur in capitalistic societies. The government either monitors on or controls every organization that provides goods and services under the structures of socialism. Instead of using free market influence to increase price or form acquisition and merger opportunities, the community can govern pricing and regulations. Next, the disadvantages of socialism. First, socialism creates a significantly higher tax burden for individuals. When an economy has a high rate of progressive taxation, then there are more disincentives than benefits to consider when working or creating a business opportunity. The idea of a 70% tax rate on the highest incomes could generate extra revenue of 12 billion. Next, entrepreneurs have no motivation to operate since they are true owners. Socialism can create ownership opportunity, but it is barely for the individuals. That means entrepreneurs are instantly disincentivized from putting in the effort to build up a business from scratch, even if the government doesn't demand 100% ownership of the venture. Their leaders can feel like their governing officials are taking an unnecessarily high percentage of their profit. The creation of a welfare state can lead to industrial disincentive. When the welfare state of socialism government is too generous, then there is a disincentive to find a job. That means the society may see a reduction in its labor force as people decide to stay home instead of pursuing a career. Welfare is supposed to give people just enough to scrape by so that the desire to have more money leads someone to a job. Government can fail when trying to regulate industries or own business. If we were living in an ideal world, then each government would have success in their business regulation activities. Labor markets and public industries will work like clockwork every day. If there are labor market regulations that call for a low hour maximum for the working week or a high minimum wage, then there can be a spike in unemployment claims. Excessive labor market regulations can lead to fewer employment opportunities. Socialism governments can institute several regulations on various industries to the extent that the effort restricts the number of available employment opportunities, requiring workers to be available for a specific shift or to work for a particular wage, can limit the number of open positions a business can support. It forces the government to do all of the spending. If an economy is going to have an opportunity to grow, then there must be a balance in trade between foreign and internal sources. When there are decline in innovation, then manufacturing grows stagnant in every industry. Socialist regulations can cause problems with structural employment. Structural unemployment is a form of involuntary unemployment. It occurs because there is a mismatch between the skill of the workers in the economy with what an employer demands. Unions can exist in socialist countries to create divide between worker and owner. The overall goal of socialism is to create a society that offers more equality and harmony to the average worker. It reduces innovation opportunity for the society. There may be an advantage in socialism structures in the fact that people with a specific skill or talent receive placement into employment positions that directly benefit the society from the experience. Socialism creates higher level of bureaucracy to navigate. All governments have high level of bureaucracy that cause everyone to waste time and money. The difference between socialism and capitalism is that the latter offers an economic benefit that can supply revenue to other industry. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you, and that's all.